Hi there, Bernadette here, and we're going to continue our conversation about what is co-creation. In the last video, I talked about connection being the foundation of co-creating. And what I mean by that is just connecting with ourselves, connecting to others, and connecting to something greater. But I want to start to break that down and begin by talking about connecting to ourselves, because to me, that's where co-creation really starts. We've got to be connected to ourselves, to our inner world, to our thoughts, our beliefs, our habits, and especially our emotions. And why is that? I guess before I answer that, I'd like to establish a kind of premise for us to start from. So I asked a wise friend of mine about co-creation, what she thought about it, what she thought it means. Thanks, Deanna. And she said, we are all powerful human creators, that we're always creating our world and our realities, and that we either create by default or with clear intention. And I thought that was a really good starting point for our conversation about co-creating and for our co-creation forum that's forming together. So one of the things we'll be exploring in our forum is how to access the inner power of co-creating our world. How to go from a kind of default way of creating to an intentional way of creating. Because if we do in fact have the power to co-create, meaning that we're not victims of our circumstances, but we're actually active participants in what's unfolding in us, around us, then we sure as heck better know and learn how to use that power well, to use it consciously instead of unconsciously. And to me, this begins with inner awareness. Carl Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So I'd like to play with this one. For those of you who have worked with me before, you know I like to work with a really simple but powerful exercise, and it's called the Bracelet Exercise. And it's a really easy way to quickly connect to our internal thoughts and our internal dialogue, you know, that internal voice that's constantly running underneath the surface as you go about your day. And what actually, as neuroscience has shown, is that it actually is running the show 95% of the time, the subconscious mind. So what I'd like you to do is get a stretchy bracelet like this one I have here. And as you go through your day, I want you to change the bracelet to the other wrist every time you notice that inner voice. But we're really looking for that self-badgering voice, you know, the one that criticizes yourself or others, or you find yourself blaming someone, you know, the ranter. Really any thought that causes you to feel stuck or bad or wrong. You know the ones I'm talking about. It's that voice that says, I'm not good enough, or how could she do that to me? Or I don't know if I have what it takes. I sometimes feel that way when I try to make these videos. And then after you change the bracelet, you simply say, thank you, I love you. And that part of it is a way to reconnect with that part of yourself that you want to push away, and yet is a big generator of what your life will look like. So this exercise is really just a starting point. It's a simple way to step out of your default mode so you can create more intentionally. So give it a try, and I'd love to hear how it's going for you. You can share either below if you're just catching this through my YouTube channel, or I'd love for you to join our Facebook forum on Facebook. I'll post the link below and we can continue the conversation. See you there.